Hello everyone, I'm Debbie Polachek. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making, well, we're not going to be making a card per se, but we're going to be doing a technique. This is the technique we'll be doing. So anyway, and also I have some products in this video that I'll be showing you. One is a finger blade that cuts the lacy parts out of the centers, and there will be in the description below, I have Amazon links to these products that are not Stampin' Up! Links, and I have Stampin' Up! Product links too. But I know they tend to change, like this stamp set right here is beautiful with this, but other floral stamp sets would probably be very pretty too. So if you have some, or what I'm calling the technique is floral lace. It's I think it turned out real pretty. Hope you think so too. I've done some of this technique in the videos before, and of course I use this Magnolia, Good Morning Magnolia, many times. As you can notice, the flowers are white, but yet they're full of a lot of different colors. I have yellow, and I have purples, and I have blues in there. And this was actually a watercolor technique I learned a long time ago, is how to paint white flowers. I think it was the name of the DVD. And I always thought it was beautiful because it was so happy looking and made a very happy looking white, because usually when you see white you see grays and stuff like that, and I just thought it was beautiful. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, go ahead and give me that thumbs up and share with your friends. So anyway, let's get started with this technique. I'll tell I get obsessed with things. I'm obsessed with these magnolias, and I'm obsessed with creating different things with it because they're so beautiful you can't mess it up. And what's really awesome about this, you can take this under any color cardstock, under very vanilla, beautiful, with the white flowers. This is under Blushing Bride. You can see that would be gorgeous, a warm color. And here's another warm color, Daffodil Delight here. Daffodil Delight. Now I have personally haven't picked up anything that I've done that I like with so many different colors, because that's usually a problem for me, is coming up with the color to go with something. But this has been, now this might not work, but yeah, see, that even works too. There's nothing it doesn't work with. I'm just amazed by this. And anyway, I have several different little techniques I've done in here, and I have some items too that I have purchased from Amazon. And if y'all have followed in my videos, y'all know I really suck at cutting things out. But this is a little tool that I got. It's called a finger blade. And I had purchased it, and I'll give you the link to that. It came with, I make a new box because the box was kind of messed up. But it come with like 100 of these blades. And I think that's probably pretty well the trick, is always keeping a sharp blade. And I've got this little bitty mat too that I think is real handy for cutting all these things. So I'll leave all the links below. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Here I got my Magnolia again. And the colors that I'm going to be using today, I'm not going to show you a whole lot of detail about coloring. I just kind of do the highlights of it. But I will go over it again because I want this video to stand alone. This is called Balmy Blue, Highland Heather, So Saffron, and Pear Pizzazz. And I got little sponge daubers that goes with each one of those colors. And I also will be using Memento Black ink. Okay. Now I did cut my paper 5 1/4 by 4, because that's just the size it needs to be to go on top of a card base. And this time, instead of just one mask, and I think I will go ahead and stick a piece of washi tape, just roll up a piece of washi tape and put it underneath these. Just one piece should be enough. Get this ready for when I get ready to use it in a minute here. The mask can be made with just regular old typing paper. I used graph paper here because I'm tearing it off all the time. Every time I do something, I make a mess of it. Okay, so here I am going to go ahead and ink it up. And let me try to explain how, and try to do how I explain. Okay, the first one I'm going to do, I'm going to try to leave a little laciness around the edge. Okay, but yet I want to kind of touch on the edge wherever I can too. So I'm going to stamp that one right there. Okay, now I'm going to take this, I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to put my mask over it. And I've noticed that if I go over with the flower, I don't want to really overlap the flowers. Overlapping the leaves looks nice, but not overlapping the flowers. I am quite sure this is not true on all stamps. I think because the flowers were white is why it did not look good to overlap the flowers on this particular background. I have 3 of them on this, 3 of the centers. I really wish I could get the 4th, but I don't know if that's possible. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, so the center, I might go ahead and put my finger about where I think that center is. Okay, again, I want to touch, I want to overlap the leaves and try to, not so much the flower, but the leaves, and try to get that center in there. So we'll see if that worked. Yeah, the center's there. Cool. Okay. Now I'm going to need that other mask. And I want some area to cut out here, so I want to try to leave area to be cut out as well. So another blank space here. Okay. So here we go again. Again, I'm going to put my finger over about where I think that center is. Okay, and kind of go overlap. I'm going to go with this this is going under this thing here, but that's okay. That is going underneath the leaf. Underneath the flower. I think that will look good. And it's hitting this other one. So wherever it hits, that's a good thing too. But yet you still want some of that empty space that you'll be cutting out. So you got to think about that too. Okay. Now this last one, if I can get that flower on there, I'd be surprised. That center. Okay, fix this one up here. Where did that go? There it is. Okay, that's going to be flower against flower too much. I don't think I'm going to get my center on there, but I'm going to give it a try. Okay, remember to leave some lacies. Ah, got it on there. Lucky me. Okay, so that's the end of that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this mask that I made and cut out all the leaves. Okay, all the green leaves are gone. Now I'm going to take my pear pizzazz and my little sponge dauber, and I'm going to get some of that green on top of these leaves here. Now I liked it pretty dark. I did re-ink my pear pizzazz because it was getting pretty dry. I've been in Stampin' Up 8 years, and I think that was the first time I ever re-inked my pear pizzazz. And I tell you, I love pear pizzazz. It's one of my favorite colors. That and Old Olive. Okay, I want to be sure and not get over this flower here. So what I will do is we'll cover it with whatever I have, every shape I have that covers it up. So I like leaving some of the white of the paper showing. Okay, next I'm going to take all the outer leaves of this, all the outer side. So in other words, only one leaves I'm leaving are these 4 in the center. Okay, now I'm going to take my balmy blue. And again, find where it belongs and place it over it. Take my balmy blue, and probably not as much coverage. Definitely not as much coverage as you gave the green leaves. But you do want to kind of hit inside at the base, or at the center part of each flower, okay? That gives you that shadows. Now, I'm going to take my mask and I'm going to just cover up that center part and hit a little bit of blue inside of the inside of each one of these leaves. Petals. Now I'm going to hit it with the yellow a little bit. And where I'm going to put the yellow is just kind of hit the tips of the this is the highlight color, the yellow is. So I'm just putting a little bit on the tip. Again, trying to leave white there. I don't want all the white to be covered. If you cover all the white, you will have rainbow flowers, which won't be ugly. Okay, there's a little bit of green there. Okay. Now I'm going to take the Highland Heather. Be pretty careful with this one because it is a little bit darker color. I'm going to take my mask again. And again, I'm not trying to cover up the blue. I'm just trying to add to it, okay? Just adding to the blue. Now I can go ahead and take my dark soft suede and go ahead and do the stems. That looks like the only stem I have in there. Okay. But I'm going to take my little cutter that I have and my little mat. Place this underneath here. And I am not the best cutter in the world, but I do know some of the rules. One of them, you're supposed to hold your finger in there, and I really don't want to do that. I like to cut like this, actually, but so you just find the way you want to cut. This first one I did cut with my finger in there, but I like holding it this way, like a pen. Okay, start on the tip of wherever you're cutting and just move your cutter down. Okay. Start on the tip and move it down. Start on the tip and move it down. Okay. And you'll do that everywhere there's empty space. Now here on the sides, I don't have to use the color. I can go ahead and use my paper snips. So wherever way you find it easiest, do it the way you want to do it. But for me, it's always easier to use a pair of scissors. Matter of fact, I'm trying to get used to using this cutter, so I'm going to make myself use it. But you could get started by making a hole and going in with your paper snips and cutting that out too. But I'm going to try my best to get used to this thing. When I was a child, a teenager child, I started living with my aunt. And my aunt wanted help around the house. And the home I lived in before with my mom, she always was a perfectionist, so therefore she never really wanted me to help because she didn't want me to mess up anything. So when I moved in with my aunt, since she wanted me to help, she had me peel potatoes. And while I was peeling those potatoes, I was thinking, I don't think I want to peel potatoes. So I started cutting them real thick, thinking that she won't let me do it. But what she said was, she put her hand on her hip and she said, "You're going to get better at that." So my little theory did not work. She was a step ahead of me. So that's what I think about when I can't do something. I'll get better at it. Well, anyway, with living with my aunt, I did learn a lot of different things. She taught me a lot. She had patience to teach people. She ended up being a teacher. And a very good teacher. But I knew she'd be good before she even started. She had me figured out. This piece is not really going together here, but I'm going to go ahead and attach it, because it gives it another place for it to hold on to. You really don't have to pick it up. You can turn it really easy. I'm finding that out. Okay, and then after you cut the inside, it's best to cut insides first and before you cut the outside, and leave like a tiny piece like that because you have more support. It's best to start on the inside and then work your way out when you're cutting out designs. And I'm thinking it's quite a lot like doing scissors. It's better to turn the paper than turning your hand. A lot better. Another good reason for this little bitty cutting mat. Yeah, that's good. This is going to be supported, but I'm not going to cut that in as much as it is, I don't think, because I want to leave it a little bit more supportive than that. Oh yeah, this is much easier when you just move the paper instead of the cutter. It's easier on your wrist, easier on everything. Looks like I didn't quite cut it quite through all the way over here, did I? Okay. Leave a little bit more room there again. Well, that was nice. I think I like doing it that way. Okay, to put the gold foil on, I use my multi-purpose glue. Just squeeze out a little bit of glue. I don't know what I did with this. There it goes. Well, or a whole lot, and spread it around. Yeah, you just want a real thin coat. Dry that up real quick so you can see how I do the rest. As you can see, I got just a little bitty piece of that foil. It's not really a foil. It's not like Go foil like they used on pictures and stuff a long time ago. It's more of a craft item. But anyway, you stick it. See, there's a dull side, and then the gold side is on top. That's the part you'll see when you're doing it. And the glue goes from a milky look to a clear look. Okay, that's when you know it's dry. And that's all you do is just stick it on there and pull it off. This foil does really good with the tear-in tape too. Like if I was to make a card and I wanted a gold trim around there, I would just put the tear tape all the way around that trim, and I probably will make a card that way. And then just stick that foil all to that tear-in tape. Beautiful edge. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I think I'm going to make a little cut right here. I don't know for sure if there's a leaf in there or not, but I'm going to make them one in there. So just give it a little bit more lacy look on the bottom here. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you'd give me a thumbs up, share with your friends, touch the little bell. And hope to be seeing you again real soon. Bye-bye.